our ultra heavyweight final has taken to the mat Rafael Lovato Jr. Incredible campaign to make his way to this final, submitting all of his opponents here, despite travel issues, being delayed.
Losing his gi.
All kinds of things. Guilherme is also looking phenomenal throughout the tournament. This should be a war, Kendall.
Yeah, Lovato was saying his energy just feels on fire for this tournament, feeling incredible, and it definitely shows. I mean, has had just a flawless performance against some of our best young athletes in the tournament. Guilherme looking great in this competition as well. Both athletes, you know, very comfortable in all positions. I'd say they're both pretty well-rounded, both comfortable on their feet. Great guard play as well. So I'm interested to see if someone opts to pull or if they're going to go for the takedown here. And as I say that, Lovato pulls into a nice butterfly with some good elevation.
Rafael really is one of the most well-rounded athletes in the game. Complete everywhere, whether it's fighting from the feet, guard, or passing on top. Guilherme, though, putting on the pressure early here.
Interesting to note, too, that Lovato is not a true ultra, right? Doesn't he normally fight super?
He looks certainly big enough to be here today.
I mean, I'm not saying
as he scores the 2
he's
points.
Not performing well for it, but it is interesting. I definitely think there is a size difference. Not that it's slowing him down at all with this really incredible pressure here. Beautiful half guard passing position. Nice underhook on the right side. Head all the way to the floor on the left. Just creating beautiful elbow and knee separation for Guilherme.
The thing that's really amazing about Lovato's Jiu-Jitsu is that he never goes backwards. It'd be a pretty amazing feat if Guilherme was able to return Lovato to his back. As Lovato's a very conservative player, works very methodically to get the pass, move to mount, pressure flow finish, as those guys like to say at Six Blades.
100%. Yeah, we've talked about that in his previous matches, exactly what you're talking about, the timeless Jiu-Jitsu style, and it's exactly what we're seeing here with some beautiful movement through to the pass. Not quite through to side control, but exposing the back and the mount. We know he feels really, really comfortable in both. Starts to step over the hips to control Guilherme's hips here. And there's the right hook. Just incredible flow here from Rafael Lovato.
One hook in. Guilherme getting his shoulders to the mat, though. Nice escape from the back into deep half for Guilherme.
This is a little better of a position for Guilherme here, but Lovato definitely comfortable here. Gonna step over and be right into another passing position. Does have to be careful with Guilherme's right arm in that deep half, but Lovato doing a good, almost stopped in my tracks. I was say doing a good job at stepping over. I expected it to come again like he did before, but just kind of floating through the position, looking composed, doesn't look panicked. Still looks like he's in the driver's seat here on top. About 7 minutes left here.
A great deep half player can be one of the most confounding opponents to take on as you just float above them but yet remain trapped. Lovato escapes the position though and ends up into closed guard.
Yeah, that was very close. I mean, we saw a very near pass and a very near back take. Scored 2 advantages there for those, and of course the 2 points for the sweep. So 6:30 left, and I would expect to see a little bit more of our flow pressure finish, like you were saying, from the top position from Lovato. But a strong close guard from Guillermo climbing higher on the back. Nice of Lovato to bring that right knee inside to kind of lengthen that guard out. But that is the issue with that guard break, is you do have to be careful of that tilt sweep. Especially with someone as powerful as Guilherme. So Guilherme will get the 2 as he comes on top, but Lovato's still in the lead.
Yeah, great work from Guilherme to secure that sweep. So very strong base on top, looking very solid.
It's a nice exit of single leg X from Guilherme into a bit of a smash pass, but we know that Lovato is very, very strong here with a lot of different types of sweeps, especially if he gets his butterflies intact. Nice collar grip with the left hand from Lovato, keeping the distance and pulling in exactly when he needs to. Lovato here with a great overhand grip on the belt. Might see some big elevation like we typically do from his butterfly guard. 5 minutes left on the clock. Lovato starts to come up to the top position. They will go out of bounds. So we start standing here in a neutral position.
Lovato pushing forward there at that last exchange where Guilherme a little accepting to go out of bounds. I have to wonder if that's playing into Lovato's mindset here, thinking he can push the pace. That Guilherme is starting to fade a little bit.
Yeah, from what I've seen from Lovato, every time I watch him fight, I'm really impressed with the way that he accelerates through a match, and I think a lot of that has to do with experience, like we talked about, mentality, his mental strength, his will to win. And so when he starts to feel someone fading, he adds fuel to the fire, right? It's really, really nice to see. But Guilherme is only trailing by 2 advantages. I mean, this is a very close fight here at this point with less than 5 minutes remaining. Nice close guard pull here from Lovato. I'm a little surprised not to see Guilherme try to pass upon the pull. Lovato's close guard is not somewhere I'd willingly go. But maybe he feels his base is strong enough to avoid the attacks here.
That may be the fatigue we saw earlier creeping in as well. Lovato opens the guard here, perhaps looking to push the pace. 4 minutes, 22 seconds left. Into the butterfly guard. And Guilherme seizing the moment to try and explode, but Lovato's guard remains true.
Great collar control here by Lovato. It's going to help him control the posture of Guilherme. Nice tilt sweep coming. He can also choose to come up to the right side and start to wrestle up with a single, especially with that collar control.
Exactly. Feeding the lapel, looking for the far arm here.
Great job of controlling Guilherme's left leg. That's really his base leg right now. So if that leg is not active, it's very hard to defend the sweep. Has his feet crossed on either side, really preventing Guilherme from standing up and posting on that left leg. So it really puts Guilherme's weight in Lovato's hands, which is exactly where it needs to be in order to get the sweep here. About 3.5 minutes left. Lovato's still up by those 2 advantages. So if Guilherme were to get off a series of attacks here, he would be able to catch up. But at the moment, Lovato's definitely in the driver's seat. Not only the position, but of the pace as well. Lovato passes the lapel all the way through and starts to sit Guilherme down. Still has the control of that far leg, but not quite sitting Guilherme down. A lot of heavy pressure coming, but is able to bring the foot on the shoulder. Now this is a stronger position for Lovato here.
Yeah, great work collecting that leg. Lovato did not get lazy in that exchange, and now, like you said, Kendall, can really push away and wrestle up should he choose to. 2:30 left on the clock. Guilherme kind of in a tight spot.
He is. Strong base, though. That was a really great sweep defense, but ended up in a not so great position here with his right leg on top of Lovato's shoulder. Lovato can now use either leg to start to extend Guilherme away and start to come up and wrestle up. Or just like we're seeing now, underhook that far shin. And now we will see a solid 2 points here for Lovato Jr. And it is some nice passing here. Knee cut coming on the right-hand side. Under 2 minutes left here.
Really like that shin control we saw. Does this start bothering Guilherme before he completed the sweep? Lovato's so technical. Always throwing new things at us.
.155 here. Lovato up by 2 points and 2 advantages. Very, very strong way to go into the last section of this match. I think we're going to see a little more of that flow pressure finish we've been talking about today. Potentially into some knee cuts, maybe into the mount. Strong side control. He's definitely going to be looking for an underhook on his right-hand side. That crossface of Guilherme can definitely make that difficult, though. That's a strong frame.
Oh, a little loop choke action from Guilherme here. Not quite deep enough to make it happen. Lovato does get that underhook.
Nice butterfly extension, too, by Guilherme, but it allows Lovato to actually start to step over and get into a very strong half-guard pass position here. Guilherme just keeping him at bay by keeping that left arm away from the crossface, but still a lot of heavy pressure coming in from Lovato's underhook on the right side. His head stapling down towards the mat now. And now we see Lovato start to flatten Guilherme's shoulders to the mat. Beautiful control. Just very classic jiu-jitsu here. Timeless jiu-jitsu, he likes to call it. Definitely the style we've been seeing all weekend.
Approaching 1 minute left on the clock.
Beautiful footwork here to solidify this pass. Gets 3 more points on the board. Less than a minute to go. And I definitely think Lovato's going to be looking for the finish here. He looks eager to keep the match moving forward. Like you said, he's always moving forward, never takes any steps back, and that's definitely the goal here, moving either to the mount or to the back or to the finish, never going back in the guard.
.30 seconds left as Lovato isolates the far arm here. May have to pass the guard once more. But what a performance from Rafael Lovato Jr. Coming back to the adult division and putting the ultra heavies on notice, Kendall.
It's just incredible. I mean, the entire tournament looked untouchable, especially after all he went through on this trip. It was just beautiful. Incredible performance. And your ultra heavy champion, Rafael Lovato Jr. Just a really flawless performance the entire tournament.
Rafael Lovato showing off a big smile, well deserved. Hope to see him more often in the adult divisions. That was fun.
Absolutely, me too. I know he's planning on making a run for ADCC and some other adult things coming up, so he says, we still here, baby. Absolutely.
Your winner and 2022 European champion, Rafael Lovato Jr., representing 6-way Jiu-Jitsu.